God's wrath, dragon's fury, demons unleashed, monsters feast, giants fall, witches whisper, celestial war, darkness looms, God's betrayal, underworld awakens.
In Chapter 8, The Gathering of the Shadows, the cosmos stands on the brink of war. Tiamat seeks to overthrow the divine realm, rallying powerful races to her cause. As alliances form and defiance rises, Marduk must face the growing darkness before it consumes everything. The divine realm had always been a sanctuary of light and order, a realm where gods ruled with wisdom and power. But now, even within this celestial paradise, a shadow loomed. Standing alone in the highest tower of his palace, Marduk, the supreme god, watched as the dark clouds of war gathered at the farthest reaches of the universe. The battle between Tiamat and the demon race had reached his ears, reverberating through the very fabric of existence. He knew her ambitions too well, a creature of relentless will, driven by an insatiable hunger for power. Her conquest of the underworld was only the beginning. The divine race itself was in peril.
The balance is slipping, and if I do not act, all will be lost.
Tiamat, moving like a serpent through the darkened halls, knew she would need more than just her dark empire to overthrow the divine race. She needed allies, those who shared her hatred for the gods. And so, she came to the giants.
Althrig, your people have suffered for too long. Marduk and his ilk forced you into these mountains, stripped you of your glory. But I offer you vengeance. Join me, and we will reduce the divine race to dust.
The giants do not forget. Nergal and his warriors will pay. We will fight, but I make no mistake, Tiamat. We fight for our own reasons.
Then we are agreed. Together, we will bring the gods to their knees.
The dragons were beings of immense power, creatures born of fire and storm. If she could bend them to her will, the heavens themselves would tremble before her. But Tiamat knew that Drakara, their leader, would not be easily swayed.
Drakara, you and your kin are rulers of the skies, unmatched in power, but the gods will never cease their hunt. Join me, and the heavens will be yours. Defy me, and you will fall.
The dragons bow to no one. We have survived the wrath of gods before. We will survive it again. We will not fight your war.
Then you will suffer the same fate as the gods. I will break you.
The first battle lines were drawn. The giants had chosen vengeance. The dragons had chosen defiance. And Marduk, from his throne of light, knew that soon the heavens and the underworld would clash in a war that would shake the very foundation of creation itself. Far below the realms of gods and men, in the forsaken depths of the world, the monsters dwelled. Born from chaos, creatures of nightmare, they thrived where no mortal dared tread. Their leader, Gorgon, stood tall, unyielding, but now a greater force had come to challenge his dominion.
Gorgon, you and your kin are creatures of chaos, untamed and unbowed. But the divine race seeks to chain you, to twist you into something you are not. Join me, and together we will bring them to their knees.
The monsters bow to no one, Tiamat. We have lived in the shadows, survived in the abyss without the aid of gods or demons. Your war is not ours.
You dare defy me? You believe your chaos can withstand the wrath of Marduk? I offer power, dominion, but refuse me, and I will take what is mine by force.
We are monsters. We do not fear death, and we do not fear you. If you wish to claim our realm, you will have to fight for it.
Tiamat's fury erupted like a storm, a force of nature beyond reckoning. Her wrath shook the heavens and the earth, her serpentine form blotting out the sky as she descended upon those who defied her. Chaos met chaos, but even Gorgon, the embodiment of the wild, could feel the weight of her power pressing down upon him.
You thought your defiance would shield you? You are nothing before my fury. bow or be annihilated.
I will not bow. Not to gods. Not to demons. Not to you.
Do you still resist, Gorgon, or have you learned the price of defiance?
Enough. We will join you, Tiamat. But we do so not out of loyalty. The monsters serve no master willingly.
Willing or not, you will fight for me. Together, we will bring the divine race to ruin, and chaos shall have its rightful place in the new order.
And so the monsters, once free, now stood beneath the shadow of Tiamat. Their battle had been fought, but the war was far from over. The divine race would soon feel the full weight of the storm that was coming. In the high peaks where the dragons dwelled, Tiamat unleashed her full power, her serpentine form coiling through the sky like a living storm. The heavens darkened with her rage, and the very earth quaked beneath her wrath. Her jaws snapped like thunder, her claws rending through the ancient stone as she sought to bring Drakara to his knees.
You cannot win, Drakara. I will not be denied. Kneel before me, or perish beneath my wrath.
The dragons are no one's slaves, Tiamat. I will never bow to you.
You are mine now, Drakara. You and your kin will serve me, or you will be destroyed.
We will serve. But know this, Tiamat. We do not do so willingly.
That is enough. You will fight for me, and together we will bring the divine race to its knees.
In the heart of a forgotten valley, where the veil between the living and the dead is but a whisper, the witches of the world dwelled in quiet strength. They were led by Morgana, a sorceress of ancient lineage, whose wisdom rivaled even the gods. It was here that Tiamat, the great serpent of chaos, came with an offer of power and vengeance.
Morgana, you and your kin wield great power, masters of the arcane arts. Yet, the divine race watches you with suspicion, with fear. They see you as a threat. I offer you a chance to strike back, to reclaim what is rightfully yours. Join me, and together we will bring the divine race to its knees.
Morgana's eyes, dark as the abyss, revealed nothing. She studied Tiamat with an unshaken gaze, her voice as soft as the whispering wind.
You speak of power, Tiamat, but power alone does not guide our path. We are seekers of knowledge, of wisdom. We see the threads that bind the cosmos together. What you propose is reckless. The war you bring may unravel the very fabric of existence.
For the first time, Tiamat's smile wavered. Her gaze narrowed, her voice laced with venom.
The divine race seeks to control you. They fear your knowledge, your magic. They would see you bound, broken. But I offer you freedom to wield your power without fear, without restraint.
We do not seek war, nor do we wish to provoke the gods. The witches walk their own path, unshackled by the conflicts of others.
Tiamat's eyes burned with anger, her form coiling tighter, the air around her crackling with restrained power.
You would refuse me. You would turn your back on the chance to strike back at those who seek to destroy you.
We do not seek destruction, nor domination. We do not oppose you, but neither will we join you. We will remain neutral, as we always have, and watch how fate unfolds.
Tiamat's fury was a storm barely contained, but she knew pressing the witches further would be futile. Her voice, when she spoke again, was icy.
Very well, but remember this. Morgana, when the divine race falls, you will be judged for your inaction.
We will face whatever comes, as we always have. The witches walk their own path, and that path does not lead to war.
With a final searing glance, Tiamat turned and vanished into the mist, her mind already fixed on the battles ahead. She had secured the allegiance of giants, dragons, and monsters, but the witches remained beyond her grasp. The war against the divine race was inevitable, and Tiamat would stop at nothing to see her enemies fall. The air in the vast, shadowed halls of Tiamat's fortress trembled with an unseen force. Darkness clung to the chamber like a living entity, flickering in tune with the dim firelight that burned in braziers forged from the bones of fallen gods. The walls whispered with echoes of the past, and the shadows moved as if they too were alive. Here, in this domain of darkness, Tiamat convened with Ishtar and Enlil to plot their final strike against the divine realm.
The dragons and monsters have been subdued. Though they serve unwillingly, their strength will bolster our forces. The time has come to wield this power against the divine race.
With them at our side, we have the might to challenge Marduk and his celestial army. But we must be cautious. Fear, not loyalty, binds them to us. They will obey only as long as they fear the consequences.
Then we must strike swiftly, before Marduk rallies his forces. He is no fool. He will see the storm approaching. If we delay, he will be ready, and even our might may not be enough to crush him.
We will not hesitate. We will strike at the heart of the divine realm and bring Marduk to his knees. The cosmos will be reshaped in our image, and the age of the divine race will end.
They will not surrender. The divine race will fight until their last breath. We must show no mercy.
Then let us give them a war that will shatter the heavens. The divine race will fall, and the cosmos will belong to us.
Then it is decided we will march upon the divine realm. The age of Tiamat, Ishtar, and Enlil begins now.
As the council ended, the shadows of the underworld grew darker. The flames burned hotter, and the very essence of the abyss stretched outward, hungering for the destruction to come. Giants, dragons, and monsters alike stood in formation, their fate entwined with Tiamat's will. The witches watched from the sidelines, neither ally nor enemy, but even their neutrality would not protect them if they chose to intervene. The storm was no longer merely gathering, it was ready to strike. A tempest of wrath and ruin, fueled by hatred older than time itself, prepared to descend upon the divine realm with a force not seen since the dawn of creation. The whispering shadows foretold of the coming war, their voices dripping with dark anticipation. And in his celestial palace, Marduk stood upon the edge of eternity, staring into the abyss. He could feel the storm's approach, the dark clouds thickening on the horizon. The moment of reckoning had arrived. This war would not merely determine victory or defeat, it would reshape the very foundation of the cosmos itself.